We'll get started soon. Just give me about 5 minutes. Go participate in the poll. Bear Jew, welcome in. There's the link for anybody that wants to join in. Happy Friday. Good Friday. Happy Good Friday. Miss Dog Lover, what's up? J Ray, you're late. We're just finishing up. We're about to end the stream right now. JK, JK. What's up, Karen? Beth, happy Good Friday. Thank you. Right back at you. Some might call me a Jesus freak. Not a Bible thumper, but I'm definitely a Jesus freak. Don't get it twisted. We do this all the time. The Sleuth Intuition channel goes live, and we open up the panel. Just that simple. You don't have to join. You don't have to feel pressure to join. But if you want to, there's the link. What's that, J Ray? J Ray says there's a big difference. Today's poll question: I am a sub/member. What up, Sleuth Crew? I am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, then why would I say I am? I am a troll or possibly just lurking. I am disgusted by this channel. J Ray says there's a big difference between Bible thumper and Jesus freak. Yeah, I agree. Marky Mark, what up? Welcome in. Well, we added AC to the garage today. Thanks to our sponsors. Shout out to my sponsors. It's getting hot. Remember, we're broadcasting live from Phoenix, Arizona. And it's getting hot. Today was okay. But it don't matter because we have AC now. Yep, Beth. The garage is blowing cold air. Happy Friday, Mark. How you doing? We're supposed to get some rain tomorrow, J Ray. It was a little bit cloudy today. I was hopeful, but tomorrow there's a good chance of rain. Van Life Northwest says, "Sup, Sleuth? Sup, y'all? Happy Friday. Sup, Van Life? Welcome in. Hopefully, you're having a great Friday. April 18th, to be precise. Well, I had to drill a hole in my garage wall. I used a 5-inch drill bit. And then I had to install a vent similar to a dryer vent. And then I hooked up this AC unit to it. J Ray's asking, Mark, did you do the poll? Poll question: I am a sub/member. What up, Sleuth Crew? I am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, then why would I say I am? I am a troll or possibly just lurking. I am disgusted by this channel. Speak now or forever hold your peace. There you go, J Ray. Mark said, yes, I did. How's your Friday going? Anything interesting happen? We have 22 watching and only 15 votes. Don't be shy. You don't have to call in, but you kind of have to vote on the poll. It's like an unspoken rule. Christine, how you doing? What are you up to? Happy Friday. Not the new garage vent. Now your neighbors are going to think you're cooking M? The fuck is M? I mean, doing desert chemistry in there. No, you can hardly tell. This thing buzzes quiet. It's a beauty. But it puts off hot air, gives me cool air, and puts off hot air. So I got to make sure that's going outside. Or kind of defeats the purpose, you know what I mean? Taylor Scott, what up? Hey, Sleuth, do you think Richard Allen did it? It's kind of a weird question. Taylor's, hey, Sleuth, do you think a Richard Allen did it? At Sleuth, why you? What do you mean? Come again? Miss Dog Lover, who is going to call? I don't know. Remember, you don't have to feel pressure to call in. But if you want to, the link is right there. Don't say I didn't ever give you the chance. Right? Let's go to Mark. Says, hey, Sleuth, why do you sometimes say you're going live later and then you don't? Such a tease. Yeah, you know what? I have a flexible schedule. You know what I mean? J Race is probably Dan. I haven't seen Dan yet. Yep, family stuff. You know how it goes. Redfoot, what up? Good to see you, my friend. Tony N says, I've thought about calling in every time. Hey, I don't want you guys to feel pressured, but sometimes people feel like they're not getting recognized in the chat, or they don't like to sit around and wait for me to catch up to the chat, which I don't always do. So, hey, if you're feeling slighted in any way, you can jump the line. You can hit the link now. Shelly, I want to know why defense gave Mata the unedited version of the interviews. Oh, he has the unedited versions. I didn't know that. Might have to holler at Bob. Like, what? Hey, Bob, let me get those. Yep, I agree, Miss Dog Lover. I tried calling in. It won't let me. I don't know why. Christine, what's up, Christine? Sleuth, really want to know? Been at the hospital. I have to go back. I have not. I have a not so diseased life. Been saying my prayers to the big guy. Wait, what's going on? Oh yeah, that's pretty interesting. I think I'm gonna reach out to him. Maybe he'll be nice and send them to me. Uh, Unless you can tell me what the difference is. Are you talking about those blacked out parts? What are we missing there? Anything interesting? What's up, Chuck? Happy Friday. Dakota, welcome in. Is it anything with declines? What do you mean, Dakota? It's kind of like a random thing to say. Is what with declines? Is anything with declines? Not home yet. Okay. Didn't know you were out. Shelly, I don't know, kind of skipped through it last night, was getting ready for bed, and just remembered they did the first interview. I don't know what you're talking about, Shelly. What's the thumbnail of? Can't remember. Can't remember what the thumbnail was of. The unedited interrogation of Rick Allen. Oh, let me go back up. Is it anything? Oh, I don't know. I gotta ask Shelly. Skipped through it last night. I was getting ready for bed and just remembered they did. Yeah, Dakota, your guess is as good as mine. I have to ask Bob if he could send it to me, or Shelly if she knows where to find it. CJK, what up? Welcome in, Love Bomb. Happy Good Friday. Right back at you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Welcome in, Mistress of Wine. Happy Friday. If anybody would like to call in, there is a link. You just click it. That'll bring you backstage with me. Don't feel pressured if you want to. Otherwise, we'll just hang out in the chat. Shelly just got to Defense Diaries and live from last night. Redfoot, wouldn't it be something if Richard Allen was using the Emily? Oh, man, I was just reading Keegan Klein's unredacted script. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. There's a what was it? Hannah Rostel account also that's mentioned. So one of those two. But remember, his wife's middle name is Anne. So, is that Miss Dog Lover?
Hi, Sleuth. How are you?
Good. How are you? I'm well.
Very well, thank you.
What's going on?
Yeah, so congratulations on your little boy.
The Prince.
Yeah, great news.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's nice to have good news for once.
Oh yeah. What are you up to? What's going on?
Not a lot. I've just been working. Tuesday was my birthday.
Yeah,
So
happy
yeah,
birthday.
thank you. So yeah, just working hard, sleeping when I can,
Yeah, you got to
and just
stay sleuthing.
yeah, just watching your channel, and yeah, just
What have you
yeah.
been sleuthing?
Um, Not a lot really. I think obviously the major thing that's coming up is Brian Koberger. So
Oh
are you
yeah.
you're gonna be covering that, are you?
Yeah. Yep. I have some few updates tomorrow I'm gonna go over, but yeah, I'm gonna stay up to date on that for sure.
Yeah, good. And you've got another a video tomorrow or a
Mm-hmm.
stream tomorrow that you're gonna do on various things. The Rachel Morin thing,
Yep.
I thought that was crazy. Like that was really,
Yeah, the conviction. What's
yeah,
most important about that is I'm going to be playing a quick interview with her mother, and she basically goes I don't know what you want to call it, but she goes crazy, and she gives all of the horrible details about what happened, and it just puts everything into perspective about how messed up that whole thing was.
absolutely awful.
Oh my
It's,
god, just
oh,
hearing what she had to say, I mean, she goes into specifics, right? And it's going to be hard to watch. You guys are going to be it's going to be, viewer discretion is advised type of a scenario.
and all she did was go running through the woods, didn't she?
I mean, I think just for a hike,
I thought
maybe
she
not
was,
even. I don't know
yeah.
if she was running or hiking or whatever it was. But she was in great shape. She had a great physique. She had very toned arms. Like, she was physically fit. And I don't know if this guy was stalking her or what, but according to her mother, uh, he destroyed the back of her skull.
Ugh. And he was linked to another crime, wasn't he?
That I don't. Oh yes, in California. Yep, that's how they
Yeah,
tracked him down. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. To a sexual assault and home invasion.
yeah.
That's right.
So other than that, not really following much. Um,
Rex Heuermann, his wife's divorcing him,
oh, okay, good.
but I don't know if it's because she's not supporting him. I think it's more like a strategic move.
Okay. Well, I don't understand why Kathy Allen isn't divorcing Richard.
He still has his appeal. Um, I think if she can keep him from talking until after the appeal, I think she'll be okay. I think most importantly, she doesn't want to be the woman who married a child killer.
Yeah. I mean, those videos were absolutely damning. I mean,
Yep.
when they brought her into the room, I felt really sorry for her.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and he said, "Can you take my wife out of the room?" And then was it Holman, Jerry Holman,
Yeah,
just
Jerry Holman.
crazy on him. Um, yeah,
I
that
like
was.
that. That was my favorite part.
Yeah, I thought so as well. I mean,
He's
like,
like,
obviously,
"You're gonna put your wife through this shit," and he's like, "Yeah, I guess so."
they're obviously trained, aren't they, in how they interrogate people.
Yeah.
Um,
Plus, they're just used to it, experience probably. But I think
yeah,
they. I don't think they did a good job. I
you
think
don't.
Mull. No, I think Mullen did the best job. Mullen was the only one that was really doing a good job during the interviews. Tony Leggett, his timing was off. Holman, his timing has been off since the beginning. His I don't like Holman. Everything about his whole approach to investigations suck. Um, his approach to the what was it? The Kallenberger case. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. It's like early 2016, and is somewhat connected to Delphi and the Delphi case, but he handled that one poorly too. I'm just not a big fan of his. Like, yeah, I'm not a fan of Holman.
It was really interesting, though, wasn't it? It's and I think their voice was definitely a match to Bridge Guy, in my opinion.
I think so too, but at the same time, I also know like if you're looking for a match, it's gonna match. But it's all about first impressions, and that was one of my first impressions. When I heard it, I was like, "Oh my goodness, like that's a match," and that's what really matters, is that first impression.
Yeah, Anyway, where's Michelle? Aussie Michelle. I,
Um, she was in the chat not too long ago. Might be too early for her right now.
yeah, the panels are amazing with her on.
Oh yeah, because she's feisty.
She's very feisty. She's a typical Aussie girl. Oh, anyway, good to chat. I'm gonna head off. It's really late here.
All
So
right, Miss Dog Lover. Thank you.
good to talk to you. Bye.
All right, take care of yourself. Thank you so much.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. All right. We had one brave soul. J Ray agreed, Sleuth. I'm not a fan of Holman whatsoever. So nobody would find him, and who knows what they was thinking with giving him the name of a real person. What you talking about? What you talking about, Willis? Crimezilla, what's up? Good to see you. What up, Mustang? Mike Cunningham, he is good for the area. Holman, this case is real different. What are you talking about? Christine, how you doing? Just for my husband to stay calm. Prayers for your hubby to chill, I guess. Chillax, bro. They did a phenomenal job, in my humble opinion. I disagree. I think Mullen did a great job in the interview. I'm not saying overall. I'm saying in those interviews. I'm not saying Holman's a piece of shit. I'm saying I think he could have done a better job. And also, I thought Tony Leggett was kind of taking away from what Mullen could have done. He should have been in there alone. He was very patient and kind of tuned into Richard Allen. Tony Leggett was kind of spaced out. He was looking at his phone. Like, you have to be watching body language. You have to be like very receptive. You have to be ready to respond, paying attention. It's like they didn't even notice that Richard Allen was so, like, whenever they would ask him a question, Tony was so busy looking at his phone that every time that Mullen would write something down, Richard Allen would lean over and would take a mental note of what Mullen was jotting down on his notepad because Tony wasn't even looking at him. And then when Mullen would look up, Richard Allen would just kind of look away like, oh, I wasn't looking. Sherry Faye, off subject. Hey, Sleuth, just curious. Do people in town, cities there put out gardens? It is very popular in Indiana to have them. People in town, cities there. When you say there, are you talking about here? Like in Arizona? Yeah, I have a garden. He is not Sherlock Holmes. Who's not Sherlock Holmes? Mustang says Mullen was the least asshole, but he got the title. What do you mean by that, Mustang? Love Bomb. I'm curious about that pic of the girls in the car. My mom and boyfriend didn't know who it was. I asked them what they thought, and they said the girls seemed upset or scared. They both thought Libby was so. Upset or scared? I don't know. Upset or scared of what? I'm not sure what you mean. Um, Photographs can be a powerful tool, depend on how you use them. Young, I'm not conspiracy theory related and believe it happened the way we've heard. I just wondered. Yeah, you don't want to be a conspiracy theorist now. Watch yourself. Um, Chuck says, I look more upset if you wake me up. Yeah, I mean, it's early, it's the weekend. Maybe I didn't know somebody was taking a photograph of me at that very moment. She doesn't seem to be looking at the camera. And Libby seems to kind of be, she might be being a little bit sneaky about it. Doesn't mean anything, guys. What's up, Crimezilla?
Well, hey there. How you doing, Sleuth?
How are you? I'm well. What's
My
going on?
goodness, I took about a year off, but I'm.
I noticed. Welcome back.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, what's on your mind?
Hey, I'll tell you, I agree with a lot of what you say, especially the Delphi. I've been on this, as you know, about 7 years.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I do know.
I've been around a long time, and
Yeah.
I'm glad. I'm glad they got him.
They got him, that's for sure.
They got him. Let's
Really,
be.
the only question for me is, did anybody help him, or did he help anybody?
I was wondering the same thing,
That's
and
it,
I,
really. What's up,
I,
Crows?
I have the same question. It's been interesting for sure.
Oh yeah.
Um, I've been. I mean, with my own channel, I started with this, and I thought, I don't know, could he have done this by himself?
I mean, he could have done it by himself. He definitely tries to act like a little bitch, but he's much more capable. And I think that might have been what that whole day was about. Maybe him trying to, like, everybody calls me Little Ricky, but look at the damage I can do, you know?
Exactly. And
Mm-hmm.
like I think just watching a lot of it now, and especially the interrogations, it's kind of like, oh no, he's a little bitch.
Yeah, he is a little bitch. Well, we know that, what was it? He has a, what kind of, some type of personality disorder, dependent personality disorder, and apparently his wife is his targeted dependent, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a behavior therapist, and sometimes I could say a few things about him, but for
Let's
sure.
welcome Charles.
Damn, man, the second I show up, other people are here.
Hi,
uh,
Charles.
Hello, who is that?
Crimezilla.
Crimezilla.
Oh,
Oh,
we lost him. Continue on, Crimezilla.
that's okay. Um, I've studied behavior about 10 years, and you know, I just there's certain things that I believe with him, a sociopath, he can live in the normal life, which is outside of crime. But I also think that he felt like he got away with this.
Yeah, I think so. I think he might be responsible for other murders, to be honest.
I I don't think this was his first, to be
Mm-mm.
honest.
I
I
don't think
really
so
don't.
either.
He was way
I
too
wouldn't
calm
be
after the
surprised.
murders.
Hi,
Welcome
Charles.
back, Charles.
Sorry about that.
What's on your mind?
No, I just was going to say because my phone was almost dead, and I'm actually still outside at the moment in time. So I was just going to call in and say hi, maybe answer a question or two, and then dip.
Yeah, hello.
But
How's
then
it
I
going?
came on, and yeah, I didn't think anybody else would be on here because when I tried to call in, you were like one brave soul, you know. So I was like, well, if you're calling me a coward, well, of course I got to call in.
I wouldn't do that.
But no, if y'all were talking about Richard Allen, yeah, he seemed way too calm after the Delphi murders, and so it's like he's already used to this kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't leave any DNA. He got away with it for about 6 years, and he seemed pretty cold hearted during the interviews.
Well, are we sure he didn't leave any DNA? I mean, the percentage chance of it being his, I'm sure, is like probably like 3 or 4%, but it still could be his.
Yeah, I mean, maybe technology one day will clear that up, but took he probably took some steps to probably clean up a little bit, I think.
I'm sure he wore gloves and all that other junk, kind of like a Brian Koberger type thing, to make sure that because every
Yep.
time you go to a crime scene, you leave something there, and every time you leave a crime scene, you take something with you.
Yeah, I think he had something over his hair, over his mouth, and then got rid of his clothing, whatever the
Yeah.
exterior of whatever he was wearing that day.
I remember with that guy, that leak guy, I forgot his name or whatever, when he was on that GH or whatever, what creator I'm talking about. But I guess the guy knew in 2017 about all the different sketches and stuff, and told Gray about them. And then what was it? He got a hold of him, and after we found out about the other sketches and stuff, and he started telling us a whole bunch of stuff that leaked from the crime scene, including the whole guy did things to himself and all that other stuff, which turned out to be true.
I don't think I'm familiar with all that.
Yeah, it would have been around 2019, 2020. If you look up a video, it should be called Delphi New News with a question mark behind it. The whole thing's basically this one guy on the show just talking about what he learned from a friend who works at the crime scene.
Oh, is it Caleb?
But yeah, I can't remember the guy's name. Like I
It
can
it
remember
sounds like
anything, but
you might be talking about the behind the scenes of the Delphi Lost Delphi documentary where they were kind of talking and people were recording for notes.
no.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you talking about the Hannah Shakespeare one or the Down the Hill one?
Yeah, yeah, the Hannah Shakespeare.
No,
And it
this
was a man.
definitely was. I tell you what, once I actually get home, I'll take the minute and whatever, and pull up the
Because it
link
kind
or
of sounds
whatever.
like Caleb's part. Caleb was kind of talking about how he was friends with Ron Logan and about how
Oh
skinning a
no, no!
deer
This guy
and
was like friends with somebody on the crime scene team that was like one of the investigators or something.
oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that,
Yeah,
I don't think.
I will send you the link or whatnot. It's got to be still up, but there's mad insights on throughout that whole thing that now we know, like basically everything he said was true.
Interesting.
But all right, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go. I got to run one last place, and then I'm gonna head home. If you're still up, I'll be on. If not, I'll just email you. All right.
All right, Charles.
Nice seeing you, Crumzilla. Everybody have a good night.
You
Good
too.
seeing you.
Thank you.
I
All
do
righty.
think since I was early on in this investigation, and I do think they have the right person. I really do. And I think he's a sociopath where he can live a life normal, but also had this on the side. I'm glad they got him.
I don't think I don't think he did it alone though.
I I have a hard time believing it myself. I think for a lot of us that were on in the beginning, we all think I think there's a lot of us that think that there was more than just him. I really do. I mean, have they been able to link it at this point? No. But
Well, for
it
me it's
doesn't mean
what we
that
learned in trial.
true.
Libby was like she was attacked very violently, and then you have Abby. She was basically just sliced one time.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's almost as if somebody killed Libby and then said, "Hey, you have to kill Abby so that we're equally involved in this crime. That way, if you tell on, you'll never tell on me because no matter what, if you tell on me, you're just telling on yourself."
Exactly. And I wonder, and I know I've watched you a few times. I've watched a lot of things in the background. I haven't posted much, but I'm wondering, I think that, and I'm curious of what you think about in the very, very beginning, there was concerns about the drug ring that Derek was in, or Libby's father. And I know there was some stuff that pointed to that, but I wondered if that was something to do with this. I know the Kleins, they are struggling to connect it, but it seems strange they took him out there. They took um who'd they take out there? The guy they
They took
arrested.
Keegan Klein.
Yes. They took Keegan Klein out there. I think there has to be a
I mean, how
connection.
weird is that? How weird is that? It's
Exactly.
not like this Reese's Pieces Davis who is secondhand, it's secondhand knowledge. We're talking
Exactly.
about an official statement here by somebody who's
Yeah.
saying they were literally there. And not
Right.
only did they say they were there, they were also the person who created the Anthony Shots account who was
And
communicating with Libby the day before and all the way up until she went missing.
until she went missing. Exactly. And I still am not convinced that there's not that connection. They just either they made that connection and have kept it quiet. I don't know. It is definitely odd. We'll just say odd.
I think Graz is right. I think Abby was held. I think so too. It's kind of like he used her for
Yes,
control. At least at one, at least until they crossed, and then he may have tied her up.
exactly. I think so too. I don't think Abby was the target at all. I think she was there, and unfortunately I think Libby was the target.
Yeah, because she was definitely attacked a lot more. There was more violence done to her. She was slashed, I think, at least 5 times
and it's
versus Abby versus one time.
and this is so sad to me, by the way. From the beginning, you and as you know, we didn't know a lot of these details for the first 5 years. We didn't know these details,
Yeah,
and
it was all
um,
speculation for the most part.
it really was. And I had a small group. Um, a lot of people know that I was involved with the small group. We did, you have no idea how many rabbit holes we
Oh, I
went.
can imagine. Trust me, I've been down
We
a lot
went
of
down.
rabbit holes.
We went down so many rabbit holes on different people
I feel
involved.
like the king of the anthill at this point.
Exactly. And I just want to say hello to CJK. Hello. It's been a long time. So, um, I just, I feel bad. I just feel bad. You know, I work in the behavior field, and it is definitely, whew, There's no way Ellen did this on his own. I'm
Well, do
sorry.
you remember who did Rosie leak the discovery to? Do you remember his name?
Yes. Hold on. That was in the very,
He
like,
was a YouTuber.
it was, and it went to, it wasn't Murder Sheet, right?
No, it was just some random guy. His name was shit.
What was
He was from
he?
Indiana. He was from Indiana, and he was the same guy who leaked some information about Keegan Klein. So this goes to a conspiracy theory that kind of feeds into the lost, people who kind of question the lost tip narrative. So before the lost tip came out,
Yes.
people were wondering what was going on with the Wabash River search and Keegan Klein being taken into custody and going to the cemetery. And now we know all that stuff was true. Well,
Yes.
here we go. Shelly and J Ray. Yeah, Brandon Woodhouse. So
That.
Brandon Woodhouse, he put out a video
Yes.
right around the time that Richard Allen was arrested. And he
Yeah.
said that he ran into Keegan Klein, or no, he ran into one of his friends that was a girl that worked at a hotel. And
Yeah.
he said that she told him that she ran into Keegan Klein. And when she ran into him, there he had like police escorts and law enforcement had booked him a hotel, and he was there with his girlfriend. So he
That.
was there like with a girl. And
Yes.
this
I
was right
remember
around
that.
the time that he was apparently confessing, right, to the crime.
Yes.
And they were
Yes.
searching in the wab. So this is why I think that the lost tip narrative, I think this is why they came up with the lost tip narrative, because they couldn't talk about this. Like I think they really wined and dined Keegan Klein because they couldn't prove that he was involved in this, but they knew it, in their
They
heart, that
knew
they
it.
knew it in their bones. They knew it. So
Yes.
they wined and dined him off the books, got Richard Allen's name, and then came up with the lost tip narrative, knowing that if it wasn't that, there's nothing. They have
Well,
nothing ever. The case would go cold for the remainder of all time.
they took Keegan Klein to a separate area. They removed him from jail and took him to a separate area. They basically investigated him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's when they started searching the Wabash,
Yep. They took
which
him into
made us
custody.
all
He
think they
confessed.
were looking
Yep.
for
They,
something.
they were looking for a knife and a phone because that was part of his confession.
Exactly. I knew about the phone.
Mm-hmm.
So I do
Wonder
know
if that's Richard Allen's phone.
that's what I was wondering.
All right. That's the phone that's missing, isn't it?
It is the phone that's missing. He's like, I just got this. Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Probably a couple phones missing. Probably three.
It, well, and he said he had more than one, which
Well,
would
Anthony
tell me
Schatz logged in and logged out that morning into two separate phones, and law enforcement was asking Keegan Klein about those phones, and he didn't know where
they
they were.
did. And a lot of people are
Hey,
like,
Leslie.
well, the Anthony Shots is totally separate. I have a hard time believing that. Um, Only because I believe that yes, there can be coincidences, but not on the same day. I'm sorry. It's just not a coincidence on that day and him being there,
Well,
him
law
admitting
enforcement, they can't come out and make public statements, right? Based off of coincidences. But we're not law enforcement. We can do whatever the fuck we want. And yeah,
exactly.
I'm right there with you.
Yep.
Coincidences do happen, but come on now.
This is too much.
Yeah, this is
There's
too much.
no
Absolutely.
way. No way. On In this situation, I know that law enforcement is like, well, we have our guy, but they didn't have their guy for 6 years. Come on.
I mean, maybe they did. They just didn't have anything on him.
Oh no.
I'm a
It's
conspiracy theorist. When it comes to the lost tip, I feel like there's a whole lot that we don't know about that. That shit just don't make any sense
there's
at all.
I agree with that.
Like it's just gonna pop up out of nowhere. Like I don't buy that. Come on now. Using poor Kathy Shank, like a little like a
ex-
pawn.
yes. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Like one person found it for real. That's
Mm-hmm.
no.
Yeah.
I think that they may have known early on who it was, but they had to link them to it. And then, you have the FBI report that's aiming towards Ron Logan, but Ron Logan set up an alibi. So I can see where they tried to say he did it. He purposely called and had somebody set up an alibi for him.
Well, they were
And
looking. They didn't care about any of that. They were more concerned with that bullet that they had at the crime scene. They're like,
mm-hmm,
"This is our ace in the hole." So as
you're
long
right.
as they kept, getting solid persons of interest to where they could serve search warrants, they were happy
Yes.
because each time that they could serve a search warrant, they get to get their hands on those firearms that are in each of those
Yeah.
homes.
I
Well, here
I
comes Richard Allen. They served that search warrant and they get their hands on his firearm. The
yeah.
only difference between everybody else and him was that it just matched.
It matched.
It matched
It
perfectly.
matched.
Like
And then
there's no arguing that. We have the photos now. Like nobody can
right.
we can pull them up right now if anybody wants to. They match.
They matched, and I really do think he got away with this for so long, because the finger was being pointed. I think for like your subscribers that are newer, they don't realize from early on they were pinning this on everybody else but who the person was.
Yeah, it makes you wonder why FBI was trying to do that to Ron Logan.
Exactly.
The
And
same
then,
people that failed to follow up on Keegan Kline when he moved to Las Vegas. Same people that lost the marathon gas station
yes.
footage.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
I don't really trust the FBI to be honest. Like I know a lot of people don't trust Carroll County. Um,
Yeah.
that's like sevenfold for me when it comes to the FBI, to be honest.
I agree. I think that when they came in, but I also think that, oh gosh, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but politics
What's up,
came
Grizz?
to it because they think about it when they had the elections and all of that for the new people coming in. This was huge to
Mm-hmm.
solve. And
Yeah,
I think
that's
they
true.
just threw it out there, and here we are. But
Grizz says they had to fire the gun to get a match, though, right? Yeah, but I mean, do you understand what tool mark evidence is? Like, you
mm,
think if you can find if you have to fire the gun to get a match,
yes,
to be honestly, that would make it harder to get a match. The
it
fact that you're able to get a match is all that matters when it comes to tool mark evidence. It's almost impossible. If it's not the source of the tool mark, you're not going to be able to match it up to it. It's just not. It just doesn't work that
and
way, Chris.
and in my opinion, it was premeditated. I'm sorry. It just was. Because
It
you
looks
don't
that way.
walk out to
Not
walking
only
in.
that, it looks covered up. I mean, they were able to get away with it for so long. How? I mean, the only reason they didn't arrest Keegan Kline and his father is because apparently his cell phone was like moving and active and at his
Yes.
grandparents and at his home and then attached to his cousin's Wi-Fi. If it wasn't for that, he would be in prison right now.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, we're talking about a fine line here.
And
And he searched the marathon
Alan,
gas station in Delphi that day. Vito
yes,
confirmed
and
that recently.
right, and they had it on video.
Yeah.
But
So
then the
what's
video
up with
got
that?
lost for real
By the FBI.
by the FBI. It's like, come
Uh,
on,
it's
people.
like a
Run.
Stephen King novel. Like, you
I
know what I
know.
mean? It's like full of corruption on top of like on a lower level of corruption. There's like multiple levels of corruption here.
Multiple. I
It's
agree.
fucking crazy. You have the corruption from the FBI, the mild corruption from Carroll County.
I
Um,
and I have spoken to Kelsey and the sister, just so people know, the sister to Libby, and it how horrible for this family to have to go through this. How horrible. And shame on this guy for doing this. But there has to be a link between Klein and the Anthony shots and meeting the girls there that day. I'm sorry.
I
I
agree with that.
I believe it to this day. And this family has suffered, and it's awful. To have a loved one lost like that and so brutally,
Be
um,
nice, Leslie.
you feel, I mean, at least I have a little empathy, but these people, they had no empathy that day. None. None. And they took these two girls and pretty much teens. I I work with in the middle school, and it's just horrible. Horrible that this happened. And I feel bad for the families.
Me too.
They'll never, never get over this. There's no getting over a murder like this. And I don't know if you feel this way, Sleuth, but I feel this way. They were children. They were children. And they,
Sipsy says, I think we should focus on Elizabeth and Lyric. A lot of people say that there's no way that Delphi is connected with Evansdale. What do you guys think now? I think it's more possible now than ever.
I think it is connected. They were about, if you think about it, they were about the same age.
About 5 years apart.
And our group did a lot of research. Just because these two weren't found right away doesn't mean that it can't be connected.
Well, something we learned about Richard Allen is that he loves to fish.
Yeah.
And then he was actually working in Chicago at Walmart in 2012
Mm-hmm.
when the girls went missing in Evansdale. That's
And,
only like a 2 hour drive, I
and
believe.
did
Two
you
or
know
4 hour drive.
did you know that the people that worked with him at Walmart thought he, how do I say this, strange behavior? He had
Yeah.
strange
He was a
behavior.
jump scare. He was kind of hitting on girls.
Yes,
So
younger
he was
girl.
37 in 2010. He had a heart attack. So I'm wondering. So 2010, he has a heart attack.
Yep.
Lyric and Elizabeth, they go missing in 2012. They're found in December of 2012. That's when he leaves Walmart. So he leaves Walmart and starts working at CVS at that point from Chicago and starts working at CVS in 2013.
And I lived in Chicago. I lived in Chicago in a suburb in 2010, by the way. So it's definitely, in my opinion, they may not be able to connect them. But for me, it was two pubescent girls to be safe what I'm saying.
What's up,
But
Louise?
yeah.
All right, final thoughts, Crimezilla, before we get out of here.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Let me close out this poll. So the poll is: I am a sub/member. What up, Sleuth Crew? Or I am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, then why would I say I am? Or I am a troll, or possibly just lurking. I am disgusted by this channel. You have 5 minutes to vote, and then we're going to close that out and get out of here.
Perfect.
Let's catch up on the chat. Let's see. Over 4 hours to drive to Evansdale. Yep, 4 hours. It's a 4-hour drive, which isn't much.
Not
It's not. You could do that in a day. There and back. There and back.
yes, in one day.
Let's see. CJK. Alan wanted to essay the girls. He said he thought they were older. Yeah, but we can't believe anything that he said. If he is the sicko in the Evansdale case, then he likes younger girls. Yeah. Why would you decide to pick that one part to believe what Alan says? You know what I mean?
I don't believe what Alan says.
I don't believe what he says, and I don't believe what Kagan Klein says. They're both liars.
Nope. Keegan Klein is the biggest liar.
Yeah.
He said so many. And
I don't think he's as good as Richard Allen is, though. They kind of talk the same. Have you noticed?
Absolutely.
Yeah, they kind of like, you can put them in the same room and they're like the same people.
Yes. Yep.
Louise, she got it. Eminem. Somebody finally got it.
Yeah. I do think there's a connection. I really do.
Lack of follow-up on the interview when he said he was in the service. What do you mean by that, Mike? You think they should have asked more about that? What do you guys think about what was his name? The guy that took his own life after the crime scene photos were leaked. Ferenczi, was that his name? Like, this case is so bizarre. You know what I mean? Like,
it really is.
There's just there's more to it than we could even know. Fortson, sorry, not Ferenczi. Sorry, Ferenczi was the officer that was gunned down.
Yes, and when the
thank you, CJK. Robert Fortson. I mean, what was that about? That's just so weird. I mean, why would he do that? Why would he do that over that? You know what I mean? There's just so much more to that, and we will never, ever know.
I will say one of the reasons I left YouTube as Crimezilla, I'm still on there, but
Mike, you fucking watch it.
Because I got death threats, and not only that, but I got they called my work. Somebody called one of my jobs.
Oh yeah, been there, done that.
Yeah, I know you have. I know
been there, done that. Been there, done that.
It's been.
People are weird.
People have lost. Some people just. They
crazy people, they look for targets. So
yes,
when they go out there and they start acting crazy and they start attacking people, really what they're waiting for, it's kind of like you remember back in the day, the gang retaliation where people would turn off their lights and drive down a dark road and wait for somebody to flash the lights.
Yes.
That's what they're doing. That's what these trolls do. They go around trolling, and then when you flash your lights trying to be a nice person and trying to help them, Really all they're doing is a gang initiation on your ass, and that
It's
so
was
don't bring attention to yourself. Just ignore them.
Yep, exactly. And
So if they're driving with their lights off, just let them crash, let them go.
yep, and that
Don't even
happened
warn them.
2 years ago. They called my work and said that a lot of things about me, and I'm like, what? I'm like, I swear to you, that is not true. But because of the type of work I do, I am a behavior therapist, and but I work with children. So I try to protect myself now, and I haven't come back
What's up, Davey?
because of it. I went underground for a year. I haven't been around in a while, and I just took a break. I'm like, for real? So it
Thanks,
worked.
Miss Dog Lover.
Aw.
All right,
So
Crimezilla, I think we're gonna get out of here.
take
Anything
care.
else you wanted to throw out there?
No, I want justice for the families, and I'm glad that they have some justice and they can move
Yeah,
on
I think
with their
Richard
life.
Allen is a start. It's definitely
I
justice. It's not like they locked up some innocent guy, for sure.
I think you are 100% right. So take care,
You
and
take care as well.
all right. Bye bye.
Bye. All right, guys, that's going to do it. Like I said, from time to time, we like to open up the phone lines. Big shout out to everybody who called in. Maybe next time you guys will call in. Never know. Thank you, Miss Dog Lover. Thank you for sponsoring today's little live stream. Mark says bedtime. Beth, thanks for the support. Good night, Mark. J Ray, yeah, I did hear that. Mustang, later, Earthlings. Christine says good afternoon. Damn. All right, guys, you take care of yourselves. If you're part of that replay crew and you're just checking in, drop a comment and we'll get back to you guys. If you need me for anything, you can always reach me at sleuthintuition@gmail.com. And sorry, Davey, caught us right at the tail end. But everybody, we'll see you again real soon. Christine, Jari, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.